Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Sophie Reynolds.
And I'm Rosie Russell, and here is your latest news. Breaking news. Before we head to our local stories, we have some very important breaking news. England's match against the Barbarians has been cancelled after 12 of the visiting players were stood down for breaking COVID-related rules. The players flouted the team rules after leaving their hotel bubble to have dinner at a London restaurant. This means that England will go on to the final round of the Six Nations next Saturday, having not played a game since March.
Golf is one of the few sports that hasn't been affected by COVID-19. George Windsor turned pro just before lockdown and has been training at Weybrook Park Golf Club. Our golf correspondent Matt Davey is there now. Matt, can you hear me?
Yeah, I could just over here actually.
Hi Matt.
I just had something in my ear that can make out. Park Golf Club, yeah. We've been speaking to George. We're here at Weybrook Park Golf Club in Basingstoke, where we've been speaking to professional golfer George Windsor. We played a few holes with him earlier, and here's how he got on. Weybrook Park Golf Club in Basingstoke to talk to professional golfer George Windsor. George recently turned pro, having finished college and relocating from Royal Winchester Golf Club. So how did his dream become a reality?
So I decided to turn pro at 19, just turned 19. It was about a month in. So from there, it means I can just go play in professional events and play for some money rather than just play for like 20 quid on the side.
So what is the benefit of George being at Weybrook Park?
I think the green staff work incredibly well. The course is immaculate all year round because we're on chalk here, so it drains amazingly. So I think it was a bit of a no-brainer when obviously I saw the job come up. I thought it was an absolute no-brainer.
Interest in golf has been on the up in recent months, as it's one of the few sports to be relatively unaffected by COVID. The club has seen over 200 new members since lockdown, but how has COVID-19 affected George's progress?
I think the 4 months off was nice for about a week, and then it just got incredibly boring. I had to resort to chipping in a garden, and when I came back, it wasn't pretty. I tell you that. But for golf itself, like it's a growing sport. It's definitely growing, and I think it's no longer that kind of posh, snooty sport which only the elitists play. It's now working man sport. You can play it whoever you like at any age, and you can just enjoy it with your friends.
With the global pandemic affecting many livelihoods across the world, George has been able to teach as far away as the Philippines. However, some are just slow learners.
So were there other options for George instead of turning pro, Matt?
A scholarship to America is very much on the cards for George. We decided to stay closer to home and get some work experience under his belt. Whether or not that's the right decision in the long run, only time will tell. Back to you.
Thank you, Matt.
Southampton welcome Everton to St Mary's Stadium on Sunday, where they will face a tough battle against Carlo Ancelotti's side. Saints manager Ralph Hasenhüttl doesn't feel threatened by the high-flying Toffees, saying earlier, "When you look at how they play, it's no coincidence they're unbeaten. They've done a fantastic job. We played last week against a team that had a lot of quality on the pitch and showed we're not scared."
More local. Attempting to make it into the FA Cup first round proper for the first time in the club's history. They face Torquay United in the fourth qualifying round on Saturday. Jack Mayo has more.
Solent Football Club will be looking to hear a lot more of that this Saturday. The Boatmen face Torquay United in the FA Cup fourth qualifying round. This is the furthest they've gone in the competition and will have 400 fans cheering them on. Manager Dave Diper is delighted to have them.
It's going to be massive. I mean, you know, you sold out within 48 hours, I think it was. So, yeah, we're expecting it to be maybe an assistant, put it that way, to us. It'd be very voiceful up here. You know, everybody be sort of like having a good time Saturday. It's not the first round really, but we're treating it like a first round.
Torquay United are currently joint top in the National League, so Solent will have their work cut out for them.
Diper says to get into the first round of the FA Cup would be a big achievement.
To get into the first round proper is everybody's dream, players, management, coaches, the like. But it's got to be, you know, it's hell of a big ask for us to do. You know, we realise that, but you can dream, can't you? And you know, all we can do is prepare for it in the proper manner and see where it takes us.
Solent are feeling confident with this match after winning the Russell Coates Cup for the second year running on Tuesday night. Captain Byron Mason is looking forward to leading his team out in the FA Cup.
Yeah, proud as ever. Obviously it's the furthest we've gone, playing against a real decent outfit. Probably obviously the best team we've ever played down here, to be honest, so just looking forward to it.
Mason also says his team are giving Torquay United the respect they deserve.
Well, they haven't played with any fans all season and they seem to be doing well, so I don't think that will be too much of a problem for them. But for us, obviously we're going to need all 400 fans behind us.
With confidence already instilled, perhaps Solent can produce yet another magical FA Cup upset.
Solent's game tomorrow against Torquay is a sellout, but getting to this stage hasn't been easy. Their managing director, Claire Payne, has been working hard all summer to get the ground ready. They are only allowed 400 home fans and they must follow social distancing measures. Here is Emmanuel with more.
Numbers of 243 supporters watched Solent take on Lingmerton after non-league clubs at Step 3 and below were able to open their gates to spectators. Managing Director Claire Payne is delighted to welcome back the fans.
Yeah, it's great. We've been here throughout the summer really, making sure that everything's been put in place, and it's been really eerily quiet, and so it's great seeing everyone back and everyone happy, and you know, there's still social distancing, and yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
On the night, Solent beat the Wessex League side 1-0, as Claire discussed what safety measures will be put in place for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so we've got volunteer stewards, but we also pay extra security to monitor. We've got signage throughout the ground saying no man marking 2-metre gaps, so it's in everyone's face. It's quite visual. We've got the NHS to scan the QR code. We've got social distancing in the clubhouse, masks, signs. We've taped off seats over in the stands. We've done as much as we can that's possible, and then it's just hopefully people can use their common sense as well.
It's been quite challenging, but an enjoyable challenge. As you say, it's just good to get people back in watching the game. There's pretty much 4 regular stewards here. Obviously, at the big games we will bring in security, but there's the 4 of us here. But to be fair, everyone that comes here is pretty understanding, so we have no trouble at all with people social distancing, and they're all very understanding, to be honest.
As Premier League fans wait for the green light to return to stadiums, others are more than happy to now watch their local side.
It feels like a bit of normal life, but obviously we know that life is not totally normal. Even if Saints start allowing fans to come back into Premier League games, I think I'm going to start coming here, because there's not the commercialism, this is just football, and this is what I enjoy.
Solent won't be the only club in FA Cup action this weekend. Havant and Waterlooville travel to Bath City, and Eastleigh host Weston-super-Mare as they look to qualify for the FA Cup first round proper.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has fired back at ex-Man United players over comments about Mason Greenwood. The 19-year-old was sent home from England duty after breaking COVID rules last month. The manager said the club needs to protect Greenwood from being attacked.
English press go after him, and that's something that we've got to look after. Always on time. I've seen the stories. There's some ex-United players talking about him, and they don't really know anything they're talking about.
Premiership Rugby reaches its climax tomorrow as Exeter Chiefs take on Wasps at Twickenham in the playoff final. Wasps head coach Lee Blackett has confirmed that 11 of his players are unavailable for selection due to testing positive for coronavirus. Wasps were only allowed to return to training on Wednesday after their Coventry base was shut down following the outbreak.
The Six Nations restarts tomorrow as Ireland host Italy at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. The game was originally scheduled for March but was postponed due to COVID-19. Promising flanker Will Connors is set to make his debut after impressing for club side Leinster.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.